Holy shit, I just realized the mic was muted. So thanks for Marco M for letting me know that. Alright, so how's the audio? Is the music too loud? Is it good? What's the deal? Let me know. If I need to adjust the music audio levels, I'll go ahead and do that. But we're going to go ahead and start using the filter system since they finally introduced this shit. But thanks to everybody tuning in. I know it's kind of, unannounced and just decided to randomly stream since I haven't been streaming for a while. But yeah, pretty much I'm going to be grinding for Mighty Mask's SA since, I pulled him like I said earlier, even though it was fucking muted, but it's all good. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing here is at least try and get the SA to 10, and then I've got a bunch of the Sleeping Kais for the 30% rate. Alright, so no music. Let me check. It should be on. So let me check my settings real quick. Alright. Music playing right now or not? Appreciate it, Neo Banks. Yeah, I'll probably do another nuke video sometime soon, hopefully. Alright, so we good with the music, right? I don't want it to be too loud or anything, so. Alright, so for the fan summons, I still haven't had time to do the single summons, so I'm gonna do that this week. I'm gonna make sure to go ahead and do that. Yeah, like I said, I've been pretty busy, and yeah, I haven't had time to. I know it was supposed to be a June edition, and we're already at the end of June, so I'll make sure to do that sometime this week. So I've already got all the stuff, screenshots saved, so all I got to do is, edit the video and whatnot, but if you guys end up having like screenshots of single summons that you want me to include, just hit me up on Instagram or Twitter, and I'll make sure to include that since I haven't even done that yet. And the fan summons can be on either, it doesn't matter if it's global or JP. I mean, I'm just doing it for you guys to be able to show off your summons. So, that's the whole point of that. It's not like, there's like a reward or anything, but that's just mainly for you guys to be able to show everyone else, the pulls that you had during the month. So that's pretty much the reason why I do it.
I'd rather be connected than disconnected.
So starting off pretty decent, as you noticed, Mighty Mask and Jackie Chun are both low levels on here. Since I'm going to have to grind for the SA, I'm just going to include them on there without training or anything yet. Once I collect enough and they're still at a low level, I'll obviously, do the, use the training items and locations and get them to, level 80 and whatever. Alright, so initially when I did that summons earlier this morning with the new animations, since it's an introduction for the new summon animations, I thought they would be nice enough to give out at least one opportunity for every player to get an LR. That's why in that video I asked if, which LRs did you guys pull? Because I assumed everybody pulled at least one, you know what I'm saying? Because it is like a celebratory period. But, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it is Bandai and Akatsuki that we're talking about. They're always trying to make that money, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was, I guess, wishful thinking on that end. But yeah, hopefully the music chill, the vibes chill, and kind of relax and just kind of mess around a little bit and go from there. All right, so Padua, you never pulled an LR. Check this out. So I didn't pull an LR till like December. All right, and I'm already close to my 1,000 day in the game. And my first summonable LR was back in December. I pulled LR Trunks, so it took a while for me. And I heard before that. Once you pull your first one, it gets easier to pull after that. It really seems like the case. It took me forever to get my first LR, and then after that, I started getting other LRs like LR Broly I did get, and then I got a bunch with the LR Bardock banner. I got what was it, LR Beerus and Whis, and then LR Goku Black, and then LR Gohan, and then I just got LR Mighty Mask. So up until December, I really didn't have any summonable LRs, and then finally got it. I can show you how many LRs I have right now after this this run, just to show you. It's probably, I don't even remember on top of my head, so it's probably easier to just show it to you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is the new permanent summoning animations. They probably replace the old ones. I mean, you see glimpses of the old ones where you get, you know, the Super Saiyan 1 and 2 and 3, you know, to show up after the animations, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is the new format, and that's the way it's gonna be. It's kind of nice though, because honestly I was getting tired of seeing the same shit over and over, so it took me a little bit to figure out what was good and what was not, and fortunately with the tickets I was able to you know, see the Vegito transformation, so that was pretty tight. I wasn't expecting that. And I don't know, you guys can probably help me out with this. Is that a guaranteed LR or is that a guaranteed SSR? Like, you know, what's the deal? I know Vegito Blue is also part of, you know, the animations too, so you know, we'll have to see about that. All right, so how many LRs I have right now? Let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, so as of right now, this is how many I have. Looks like, what is that, 15? So a lot of these are the free-to-play, though, so just keep that in mind. I don't have that many of the summonable LRs, but yeah, most of these, like I said, these are free-to-play. I'd make sure to grind through the, you know, the ones that are free-to-play and go from that. The World Tournament, at least for JP, the rewards are going to be coming out. They're going to be given out tomorrow morning, I'm assuming. So, looking forward to picking up a couple copies of the Cell unit. Pretty good support unit, so that's going to be nice to be able to use on a team. So yeah, I still have the Beerus that I'm waiting on the events to come back, and also got to raise the SA with the tech version, so I don't have enough medals to get this guy to LR status. That's why he's kind of just sitting there. But yeah, I hope he'll get to LR status at some point. So 100% completions. Let's just go ahead and run through this one. Alright, I'll just show you guys quickly. I did it in the box showcase a while back, but I'll show you guys the 100% units I have. So what? Japan and Poland? Well, I mean, I'm hoping that Japan will win that, but Colombia did beat Poland, and it's pretty much still wide open. That group is pretty much wide open still. I'm thinking it's going to really come down to goal differentials, especially if Poland ends up winning against Japan. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be tricky, but hopefully Japan can pull it through, at least get a draw. Yeah, so these are the 100% units that I have, so we'll just go through it real quick. A lot of these are free to play, and I do have a couple of troll accounts, or not troll accounts, but units that I maxed out that I really shouldn't have, but I like to have fun a little bit. So this is the Rabbit Boss Monster Carrot that I maxed out. Pretty much useless, but he does have the ability to stun, so pretty fun unit. I did a video on it not too long ago. This is probably one of my favorite 100% units. Really like the EZA, Broly. It's one of my favorite Extreme Z Awakens that they've done so far. Yeah, I did this one too out of boredom. Yeah, I shouldn't have, but I didn't give a shit. I was like, whatever. I'll just go ahead and do it. Chris. So yeah, all right. This is another thing I did want to talk about. At some point later down the road, I do want to do the Japanese lessons through a live stream. That way I can actually interact with everyone and you guys can ask questions on the spot, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's definitely in the works, and I'll plan on doing that. Yeah, that's pretty much all the 100% units I have so far. This is also a favorite of mine. Yeah, he's actually very useful at 100%, and he can actually hit pretty decent too. I have him at level 5 additional attack, level 12 criticals, and level 9 for dodge. I gave him level 9 for dodge just in case, you know, the HP goes below 50%. He doesn't have the ability to reduce damage by 90%, so just a way to offset that, I gave him level 9 dodge. But yeah, I mean, this guy is pretty nice at 100% too. I really like this guy. He hits pretty hard too. I gave him full crits on it because that's pretty much all I wanted him to do. That's pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much the deck I've got right now. So that's all the LRs that I have right now too. Yeah, so that's pretty much the deal. Alright, so let's go back to the grind. So how did I do on the World Tournament? So I'm going to start off by saying I lost like 6 hours or so Saturday night because I had to meet up with some people. So unfortunately I wasn't able to grind in the most crucial time, but I think last time I checked I placed out, as you know, depending on how much has changed, but if not much has changed, I probably finished up at like 2,500 worldwide, and then I finished first in my local. The thing about the local, right, is like toward the very end, there was a guy fucking chasing me the whole time. Like I thought he'd give up at some point, but yeah, it really came down to the wire. And honestly, like the points between first and second was like not even 1,000 points, maybe. It was crazy how down the wire that was. And here's the reason why I wanted to get first place in the local. I need 2 more dupes to get LRTN and Chaozu to 100%. Right now they're at 79. So, you know, I figured if I finished first in my local ranking, then I'd be able to get, you know, the LRTN and Chaozu to 100%. Yeah, World Tournament Cell is definitely going to be a nice, nice unit. For sure, it's going to be a real good support unit. How did everybody else do anyway with the World Tournament? I don't care if it's JP or Global. Global is still running right now, right? Is it over yet or no? So the thing about the face reveal, I get this question a lot, and I kind of explained it over time, and I did it on, you know, the Q&A because I did get a lot of questions about that. But probably, I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and say I don't plan on doing a face reveal just because you know, I prefer to have that separation between, you know, my private social life, my work life, and then this, you know, social media life, I guess is the best way to put it, you know, with you know, YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and all that. I like to keep separation between all three. Like I don't mix my work life with my private life. Fuck that shit. So I don't know, I guess it's more of a principle thing. I will say this about the World Tournament. I prefer the JP version over the Global just because I can't grind that amount of time in Global. I mean, it's just way too much time with each World Tournament. Like, it'd be better like if it was... I like the JP format because it actually falls on a weekend. So the only thing I really have to sacrifice is a weekend, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though it really sucks sacrificing a weekend for a damn mobile game, yeah, it's more acceptable. That Hercule unit that I passed, it probably gives you like the Hercule statues, maybe. Like, I don't think it gives out any dupes of the Mighty Mask unit, but I'll land on it if I can this time just to see. So all these guys are pretty much low level. They're not Dokkan Awakened or even Z Awakened. Just kind of including them on the team because I gotta grind anyway, so might as well give them like free EXP instead of wasting items on it, like training items. You guys are able to see the video, right? I'm just double checking because at least the video screen on my end, it looks like it's buffering a little bit. I don't know. Let me know if you guys are able to see everything. Actually, you can probably check that on your phone. Can you check it on your phone? All right, that's good. If everything's running correctly, I'm satisfied. But I'm gonna get my girlfriend to check just in case. All right, 2 drops that time. All right, here's an advice for you guys that are currently in relationships. And let's say your girlfriend or wife is hassling your ass about playing too much Dokkan Battle. Here's what I did. You convince your girlfriend to start playing Dokkan Battle too, and they will shut up and leave you alone. Yeah, typically it ends up that your girlfriends end up, you know, busy grinding too, so it works out. Huh? Okay. What is that? HyperX. Haven't been playing Dokkan in a long time. Should I go back to playing it? I mean, honestly, man, like, well, I don't know if you're a guy or girl. I'm automatically making that assumption, but I mean, sometimes you need that break, you know. And I mean, if you feel like you want to come back to it, come back to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't, you know, get back onto it for the sake of getting back onto it. But I guess you could just log in every day, once a day, just to get the login bonus. But I mean, in terms of playing, I mean, at the end of the day, this is more or less, I treat it like a hobby, you know what I mean? So if I get burned out, then, you know, I'm not going to play it for a little bit. So that's pretty much how I look at it. I mean, you know, just, it's all about having fun. So unfortunately, I don't have a global account. So yeah, I can't do a showcase or anything for that. But I did go over my deck a little bit just now during the stream. But you know, I'll probably do it periodically and show you know, what my deck looks like. Yeah, I mean, I don't live stream a lot, and you know, I definitely need a live stream more often. I do realize that. So yeah, that's something I need to you know, get a schedule and go from there. All right, here's another thing. So I did see the question about this, about, you know, the 7 tickets every day. Here's the thing. I think people are getting confused for the 7 tickets that were given out today as part of the celebration for the new animations for the summons. That is separate from what's coming next month, early next month, for the Tanabata celebration. That is completely different from what you saw today. That's what I assume anyway, right? I might be 100% wrong. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that it's separate. The tickets that were given out today is basically for celebrating the introduction of the new summons animations. That's pretty much it. The stuff that's coming next month, yeah, it will be every day to clear certain, you know, mission requirements, and then you'll be able to get up to like 7 total tickets to trade for a total of 7 SSRs out of an option of 77. So you probably won't be getting 7 tickets every day. You get a total of 7 tickets, but each ticket is worth 1 SSR to pick from out of a selection of 77. That's pretty much that's the way I take it. So It's not every day. It's 7 tickets total, and you get an option out of 77 to get whatever SSR you're looking to get. It's still a pretty good deal. I mean, you're essentially getting 7 free SSRs out of that period, and you know, out of an option of 77, yeah, a lot of it's not like, you know, the top tier units, but out of 77, it's going to be a pretty decent selection process. You know what I'm saying? You're bound to find at least a couple units that you actually want. So I don't look at that as a bad thing. And you know what I'm happy about? I'm probably going to be able to max out certain units that I haven't been able to, like like Berserker Kale is at 90% that I want to get to 100%. So, you know, she's obviously not a Dokkan Fest exclusive, so more than likely she'll be included on there. I hope so anyway. So, you know, we'll find out who all is going to be included on that, and, you know, we'll go from there. But, I mean, either way, it's going to be a good thing. So I don't even know how many cards that I've already picked up right now, but I'll check that here in a second and then see if I want to start trying the awakening or not awakening, but leveling up process. The mark medals, the best way to farm. So Globe, I think, recently got that introduced to where you can actually pick them up during the battle map or whatever you want to call it, like the grid you see here, like each of these nodes. I think it's in the finals. You can actually pick it up if they have, you know, a bunch of awakening capsules available. Other than that, I mean, even if you're not ranked #1, like they still give them out if you're ranked anywhere from like 2 to, I don't know if they give them out up to 100, but I know at least for the top 20 you should be able to get the medals for it. I don't really have any particular advice on how to go about that. It's just, you know, that's pretty much all I know with that. Yeah, that's another thing. It'd be nice if you could actually get more, you know, more than one of the same SSR unit that you want to pick out of that 7. I just don't know if they're going to allow for that or not, but if they do, that'd be pretty sweet. I mean, that'd be a good way to max out a unit and just kind of zone in and focus on a unit that you really want to max out instead of, you know, getting 7 different types of SSRs. Alright, let's check out how many of these Mighty Masks that I have, but we'll land on the Hercule and see what this gives out. I've usually been skipping these because I don't really need anything from that, so. And I did pick up a copy of Jackie Chun, so definitely a decent unit. Probably the best World Tournament category lead. Like, you know, LR Hercule is just, it increases. So I guess you get a lot of Zenny with that one. It looked like I got a lot more Zenny than I do normally, so maybe that's what it gives out. Yeah, hopefully Global does get the new animation sooner than later. Like, hopefully by, like, before the 3-year anniversary starts for Global, like, it gets introduced. That'd be a good way to introduce that, I think. Alright, so let's see how many I've got. Let's see, what is that? 7. And then I've got 2 on the bottom, so let's go ahead and test it out. See how many it'll take to at least raise a couple essays. Trying to look at the comments while I'm like doing this shit. I'm not really good at multitasking, so. What? Let me see. My rank. So I think before the tournament ended, like the minute before it ended, I was at like 2,500. I wasn't able to go any higher. I would have been a lot higher, honestly, if I didn't lose like 6 hours earlier that night, because I had to go out and bout a little bit. But I mean, 2,500. That's not bad. It's really not bad. That's weird. Oh, that's why. No, I don't want to use that item. I want to save those gravity chamber items for the really good units. Lethal Majin, you already know what the deal is. I know you're fucking with me by asking that question. So I'm not gonna Dokkan Awaken these guys. I'm gonna keep it at the 50% success rate. I'm not gonna, go for that 100%. There's not really a need to. These are easy to farm for the most part, so don't really have to worry about it too much. So you're probably thinking why I'm like manually selecting these items. I don't know. I like to know exactly what I'm spending and kind of maximize, conserving items. You know what I mean? So even though I'm not using the gravity chamber, because I do want to save that for the really good SSR units that I pull, especially the ones that have to be like level 120 or 150. I want to save those for that, but I like knowing exactly what I'm spending on. That way I can keep tabs on how many I have for each training item. That's pretty much why I do it manually. Alright, so one more left. How's it going, your face? Good morning. Where you at? I guess it's morning time, so it's probably a hell of a time zone difference. Must be somewhere like on the other side of the planet. I know Japan is 13 hours ahead, so probably around that area.
I wouldn't let me go. No, I wouldn't advise anyone to. I mean, unless they want to lie and lose in the streets.
Because you kill again.
More than possible.
Alright, let's go ahead and awaken each one of these and see how many it actually takes. It should be good on awakening metals. Yeah, I should have more than enough. And I shouldn't be running low on any of them. And then for, if I am able to get it to level 10, for the rest, I'm going to use the Sleeping Kais because I've actually been saving those. I haven't really used any of them, so I'm going to use that to level it up. Hopefully to SA20. I don't know. We'll see about that because it's only a 30% chance. Alright, so I've got 9 total right now. Alright, let me ask you a question. Should I do one at a time, or should I do all 5 at once? Because some people like to do it certain ways versus others that like to do it other. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, which way should I do it? Okay, I'm getting like all sorts of different types of opinions, so this is gonna be a little bit difficult. I see a lot of 3s, and then all 5. I guess it's down to 3 or 5. I see a lot of 3s. All right, we'll just go ahead and 3 at a time. And I don't even need the gravity chamber probably. Alright, so I'll use, gets me to 70. Alright, we'll go ahead and try this out. Hopefully I get some level ups. Yeah, and then the notice did change a little bit. It makes it a little bit more visible that, you know, asking you if you really want to do it. Wow, that actually worked really well. I got went up by 3, so pretty nice. All right, let's try this again. 3 again. You want to go this route? So speaking of, all right, before I do this, speaking of why I do this grind instead of using Elder Kais, I really want to use the Elder Kais to ones that don't have a farmable SA, and especially if I get LRs, you know what I mean? So from like SA level 10 to 20, and by doing that, I'm able to save a lot of these Elder Kais. So, I mean, I'm reserving these to when I really need them, you know what I mean? So it's worthwhile to go through the grind. I mean, it sucks, it takes time, but yeah, I mean, it's a good way to conserve items and then make sure yeah, you have plenty left over in case you really have to use it. So I forgot to awaken this guy first, so let's go ahead and awaken him and then go back to the training. So we'll do 3 at a time again. And how many is that? Level, damn, that actually raises a lot, so 92. So we'll just need a couple items here probably. Alright, so, alright, 3 more, hopefully it'll go up again. Okay, alright, went up by 2, that works. And we'll keep going, so I've got 3 left. So what am I at right now anyway? So level 6. So I need the SA to go up at least 4 more times. I thought I had more than this. Well, I did miss out on 1, so that makes sense. Alright, we'll do 3 more. Went up by 1 that time. That's fine though. I mean, out of all those, I was able to get it to level 7, so I'm not too mad about that actually. Alright, so I already did this, but since it was asked again, I'll kind of show you a very, very brief overview of my box a little bit. So these are pretty much the LRs I have right now. So you do see Mighty Mask and Beerus are still not at LR status, but other than that, everybody is. But like I said earlier, most of these are free to play. Alright, and I didn't pull any summonable LRs until like December. That's when I really started getting summonable LRs, and once you pull 1, it gets easier, and that's all I can say about that. So these are the 100% units. I'm just going to scroll real fast. And yeah, that's pretty much all the 100% I have. A lot of these are free to play too. I like to grind and make sure I get the free to play stuff. Alright, so I got to SA level 7, so I guess I'll just try and get at least 3 and go from there. I mean, I want to go ahead and finish up this grind because I think the Jackie Chun event is available too, right? Yeah, I want to farm this guy because I want to go ahead and raise the SA for my intelligence version that I picked up too, so that's another grind that I want to go through. So by the way, you guys checked out the filter option, right? It's really nice. I mean, they massively upgraded this thing. The thing is, why I'm so happy about this is because I love running Super Saiyan 3 category teams, and it was such a pain in the ass before to get them. Now all I gotta do is filter it by Super Saiyan 3 and filter it out just to have the intelligence type and super type, and then bam, that's all you see. All you see is Super Saiyan 3 Bardox. Can't get any better than that. I mean, honestly, before I would never see these. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would take me forever to find a friend that would do that. Like, other option, like, I don't know what's another one. Like, Angel Golden Frieza is actually pretty difficult to find sometimes. So, like, I do that, get rid of all the other filters. Like, I've got it set on Extreme Intelligence within the Revived Warrior or Resurrected Warrior category, and that's pretty much all you're going to see is, like, a lot of these Bojacks and Angel Golden Frieza. So, yeah, pretty nice there. It makes it a lot much better. So you want to check Tapion? Alright, so that right there. And you guys are familiar with the locations of the categories, right? And I'm sure on like Reddit and stuff it'll tell you what they are, but if there isn't a resource for it, I mean, I can make a screenshot and like replace the Japanese letters with, you know, the English words or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's already done, so if there isn't, let me know, I guess. Alright, we're going to look for Tapion, the agility version. So that is the, right there, category is the giant category, and then the agility type and super type. So let's see. So this is what you run into. It's not perfect, but for units that are very specific, you're going to have a hard time finding these guys. But it's better than what it was before. That's all I can say. So I'll just go ahead and try another one. Like, I don't know, what's another, like Turles was another one that was really difficult to find. Alright, so that's the movie boss category. And get rid of all the filters and go from there. And that's it. You know, all the Turles units are here. Like, granted, a lot of my friends are set to their lead as Turles right now, but like that one's really nice, 100%. Definitely a nice unit. I would love to get my Turles 100%. I don't know any other categories that, like, I guess Guinea Force would be a funny one. Check out. So you could actually find, you know, LR Goku / Ginyu or the LR Guinea Force. That's another way to filter it out and find it too. Namek Saga, I'm guessing there's very little, like, amount of people actually using that lead. Like, yeah, you only see one, and it's like level 1 with SA level 1, so not many people running that one. That's for the Namekian category. The top left is the Namek Saga. So you'll see a bunch of the Kid Gohan and also the Guinea Force. You can't, I guess you can actually refresh it, so that actually helps too. If there isn't anything, like when I was on when I was looking for the Tapion unit, you can't, it doesn't help even if you refresh it. It doesn't help out, so that's another problem with that. But like I said, it's better than nothing, right? I mean, it's definitely better than nothing. It's a lot better than what it used to be, I'll tell you that much. Alright, so we'll just hop back on this. I just saw Hybrid Saiyan, so let me check that in a second. After I go through this run and we go back in, I'll check it again. But yeah, it's really, really nice to have this filtering option, and I'm sure a lot of us have wanted this for a while, especially those of us that have played for several years. Like, this has been a problem forever. And yeah, it's a good thing that this finally came about. So maybe you know how they did the questionnaire a while back. Maybe it was actually a good idea they did that because, I mean, I wrote down that they need to fix the damn friend system. So hopefully a lot of people did, and maybe they actually heard about that. I don't know. Yeah, that's exactly right. It took them, yeah, only 3 years to fix this, right? I mean, that was the one thing people wanted fixed all 3 years, and they finally did it. And you know, another thing I'm thinking is why they all of a sudden made these changes to make it better. It's probably to do, I think, with maybe some players are moving from Dokkan Battle over to Dragon Ball Legends. So maybe they saw a little bit of statistical or financial impact from Dokkan Battle to where they were like, all right, we got to get our shit together. Otherwise, people are going to leave. It's lagging. Huh? Is it lagging? Alright, hang on, let me check. Alright, this is still lagging. It looks fine over on my end. I'm not 100%, but let me know if it is, and I'll try and fix things up. Honestly, I don't even know who the developers are for Dragon Ball Legends, but I mean, either way, like even if they are by the same developer, I mean, yeah, at the grand total, yeah, both. If let's assume it is by Akatsuki, right? The for both Dokkan Battle and Legends. If it is, then you know, grand total wise, you know, they're making revenue, but at the same time, you know, the segmentation of it, you're definitely losing revenue from Dokkan Battle and getting it toward Legends. I mean, that's pretty much cannibalism right there, and that's something you really don't want to do within a company is to cannibalize within your own products. You know, that's basically cutting profits from one segment, and then you're essentially getting it transferred over to another. I mean, what you really want to do is take over the market itself. You know, you want to take market share away from your competition and you know, grow your product there instead of, you know, taking away from one of your products and vice versa. So, all right, Hybrid Saiyans, that's what it was. All right, let's check what we can find within the Hybrid Saiyans. So. This is actually nice too, like Future Gohan is finally easier to find, and then yeah, the Ultimate Gohan units a little bit easier to find now, so that definitely does help. Although it is a little bit more rare to see Ultimate Gohan, so let's filter this out. So most of these are Kid Gohans, and the only Ultimate Gohan showing up is my friend. That's from the tournament. So I mean, it is limited still, but yeah, I mean, it's like I keep saying, it's better than nothing. You know what I mean? So it's a lot better than what it used to be. I mean, I'm pretty much running the Spirit Bomb Goku right now because when I'm grinding, I mean, that's pretty much who I end up picking to go through it because it is a rainbow lead, and pretty much, yeah, I mean, you get the stat boost for pretty much any card. That is actually a very good thought. I never even thought about that. The fact that there's only one slot left for the list of categories. If that means it'll be the last category to be introduced, but here's the thing. They could always have a scroll button, or, you know, like the scroll function like they do with the character decks. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of, I mean, there's a lot of other categories that they could introduce. So I highly doubt the full power category is going to be the last one. I really don't think it'll be the last. I'm hoping that yeah, they'll bring a lot more units, not units, but categories moving forward. Yeah, Shadow Dragon Saga will definitely be one that you probably won't see anybody running. I'll check that here in a second too, but I checked it earlier, and yeah, it's one of those categories that nobody's running the Omega Shenron as lead, which really sucks because I'd like to run like a Shadow Dragons team, you know, every now and then. All right, I think I picked up three more of these guys, so let's go ahead and try out and see if we can get the SA to level 10. Yeah, GT category would be nice to have. I mean, technically they have somewhat of a category that mimics that, but they need an actual GT category. That'd be pretty cool. Speaking of which, so for, I guess it was, what is it? Dragon Ball FighterZ or Xenoverse, right? Super Baby 2 was introduced as a new DLC, right? Maybe if Dokkan Battle introduces a GT category, maybe, I don't know, maybe Super Baby 2 will be the category lead for that. I mean, there's only been one version of that in Dokkan Battle right now, so instead of, you know, oversaturating with the same units, maybe they'll introduce like a new unit with ones that there aren't that many of. All right, let's just go ahead and get these SA levels up to 10. Try and get it to 10. So speaking of that, you know, the thought of it'd be nice to have a game mode that focuses on categories. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, I guess. Essentially, I mean, I don't know, in a way, like certain Dokkan events, certain categories or certain link skills have the advantage. So I guess a focus solely on categories would be kind of a cool way to approach that. I mean, it'd be really nice instead of type specific, like Battle Road would be category based, you know, instead of that. But at the same time, it could be really unfair for free-to-play type players because, I mean, let's face it, the Extreme Z battles aren't necessarily free-to-play friendly. You know, you have to have category leads to be able to beat it. That was actually why I was really happy that they released LR Future Trunks the same time they released the Future Gohan, because even if you didn't have the you know, featured unit in a banner as the new category lead, you could still beat Extreme Z battle with the free-to-play version. So that was a nice strategy on their end, and I give them credit for that. That was a good thing they did. All right, so that's the last one. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and awaken these guys. So by the way, before I say this last minute, I'll probably stream for another 30 to 40 minutes probably, and then I gotta hop back on some work emails and catch up on some shit. So instead of cutting off the stream like out in the middle of nowhere, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and mention like probably another 30 minutes I'll stream, and then probably after that I'll have to cut it off. So just a heads up on that. All right, we're gonna do this one by one this time. All right, didn't work that time. Got two more. Nope. All right, maybe 3 times in a row was actually the better option. I did get it to 8. This is when I'm starting to get lazy, and I'm like, should I just use the Grand Kais and Elder Kais since I only need to raise it up by 2? I'll run through it one more time, and if I don't level up after a couple of card drops, then I'll just waste it on the Grand Kai or Elder Kai or whatever. Actually, what I should use it on is the Sleeping Kai. Yeah, I actually saved a bunch of the Sleeping Kais with a 30% chance because, I don't know, I didn't really have a need for it at the time, and I was like, I'll just save it for one unit that I want to raise the SA for. Initially, I was using it on the LR Guinea / Goku, the tech version, but after a while, I was like, I'm just going to hold on to these for a little bit. That's cool, Eric. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Anthony, Ohayo Jino. Anthony, Ohayo gozaimasu. Hope you're doing well. I can't remember exactly when the extra Patara medals came out for JP, but it seems like it was right around that time with the 3-year anniversary. So my guess is probably with the 3-year anniversary, they'll probably release the rest of the medals for that. Which brings me to the point that I actually need to collect those and get my last copy of Vegito Blue to TUR status. That way, I guess he could technically link up with the LR version. I haven't really thought it through yet, but so speaking of which, I did talk about this earlier, but related to the Japanese lessons video that I did the other week, I did plan on doing that this past weekend, but because of the World Tournament and all that, I decided to push it back a little bit. But at some point down the road, I do want to incorporate live streams with it. That way you guys can ask me questions on the spot, and I can pretty much answer them instead of, you know, having to go through the comments and all that. I figured it'd be a good way to make it a little bit more interactive, so that's definitely in the works, and you know, I definitely do plan on doing that at some point. Alright, I got 2 copies, so let's go ahead and see if this will get the SA level to 10. The agility Trunks against EZA, well, he's not gonna do a whole lot of damage because he does have type advantage, but he gets the advantage because he is part of the future category, so more or less it kind of offsets each other. LR Vegito Blue is the one that's going to be dealing the most damage with that. He I mean, out of, like, let's say the free-to-play options, so he'll be the one that does help out a lot. And I would recommend you bring that unit at the very least. But yeah, if you gotta crash, you gotta crash, man. I'm sure it's late as hell in the evening, so like I said, I'll probably start streaming more often, and I'll keep in mind you know, everybody's time zone differences and all that, and I'll try and stream at a time that works for everybody. I'm glad somebody noticed that actually. So nonsense. I remember. So when I first heard this track, I was like, "Oh shit!" He sampled that shit from Donkey Kong Country too. So I'm glad somebody actually noticed that. Brings back a lot of memories. So that is from Nonsense. So I put the links to his Bandcamp every video. So yeah, it's on there too. And he's a hell of an artist. So that's funny. Somebody actually noticed that. All right. So both of them at the same time, or should I do it one at a time? All right, let's go ahead and do it. If it doesn't work, I'll use the Sleeping Kais. Nice, it worked out. All right, thanks to everyone saying to do both. I think that worked. All right, so to awaken this guy, I'm not sure what medals I need, so I got to get 10 of these from the second portion. So let's go ahead and do that. Probably not going to take too much time. So it is from this one, right? Pretty sure. Alright, let's go ahead and do it. I can't remember. Do you get... is it one medal drop or is it 7 at a time? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've done these strike events. I don't even remember how many of the Nimbus medals I have. And I probably don't have enough of the Gotenks medals, but I'll check here in a second. after I get enough of these. I think I just need 8 more of these medals to get this guy to UR status. Alright, so Aaron, regarding the question of whether to pull for LR Vegito or Gogeta, yeah, it kind of brings back some memories for me. I ended up burning through like 1,300 stones to try and get both, and I ended up not getting either of them. So personally, when it came out on JP, I went for the Gogeta more than Vegito, just because I had better fusion category units. But I mean, it really depends on what your deck looks like. I mean, really at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. So I mean, I can't say one way or the other is better, but I've heard from a lot of people that Vegito is definitely the better unit out of the two, just because, you know, overall, I mean, he does have that counter ability and all that. So I don't know. I guess make your decision, but I personally went for Gogeta myself, just because I had a better fusions team than a Patara team. Which is funny because my Patara team is actually pretty nice now. That's funny how things change within a matter of months, honestly. Alright, so it does drop with 2 units or 2 medals at a time, so so I've got 4 total, right? Yeah. So I need 6 more. So that's what, 3 more times? I guess I'll do that and then I'll see how many medals I have with the Nimbus medals and all that. So I'm just gonna run through this real fast. Just blast through it. And honestly, to make it quicker, I should just bring in like a really good team instead. You know what? I'm gonna run. Let's see. Let's run a Super Saiyan 3 category team, just to speed this up a little bit. Ooh, 100% version. I'll definitely friend request that guy. Yeah, for those grinding in the World Tournament for Global, yeah, I respect the intense grind that you guys go through. It's definitely a lot longer and honestly probably a lot harder than JP. I mean, obviously to rank high in JP is pretty difficult, but the amount of time it actually takes to grind in the World Tournament for Global is not something I can do, I don't think. Let me read through the comments real fast. What shout out before the 2-3 minutes of the end of stream? I mean, yeah. I mean, if people comment that on the comment section, yeah, I can definitely give you guys a shout out. That's fine. Things about Japan. I mean, what do you want to know about Japan? I mean, that's the better question. There's so many things to talk about. Favorite LR so far? I mean, are we talking strictly on personal preference or the strongest LR, you know, that kind of thing? The best LR in terms of performance kind of thing, you know? Yeah, I actually know which guy you're talking about. I think his name was like Chombo, right? He was ranked _1 for a while. I don't know if he actually finished at #1, but yeah, he had a shit ton of energy drinks and like the I don't know what you call them shits, electrolytes and all that, and calorie mates, which are like the thing to have when you're trying to regroup on energy. Yes, Nico, I am Japanese. Currently living in the U.S., so I've been living half and half between Japan and the U.S. So it's been interesting to see both sides of the world, I guess. I guess I might as well use one of these friends while I'm at it. So you want to know about the food and the environment and the girls. Well, better not get too specific about the girls. I think my girlfriend's gonna get mad at me. But the first two, the food is absolutely fucking amazing. That's all I can say about that. I mean, the food is like the best shit ever. Like, I mean, it's also like that with any big city where you can pretty much have anything you want, right? So I was in Japan about 2 years ago. I visited Japan for 2 weeks. I took vacation time. I get like pretty much back then 2 years ago. I had 2 weeks of vacation for the whole year. I used it all up on a trip to Japan. I didn't even give a fuck. But the point being, yeah, pretty much I ate whatever I wanted, and I remember eating curry, like katsu curry at like 7 o'clock in the morning, because I mean, my biological clock was still in the U.S. time zone, but at the same time, I was like, yeah, I'm really feeling curry at 7 o'clock for breakfast. So I was like, fuck it. But the environment, yeah, it's real nice. I mean, I'm gonna talk about Tokyo to be specific, but yeah, pretty much you can go anywhere. As long as you get access to a bus or train, subway, whatever. I mean, you can pretty much go coast to coast for that matter. I remember I had to visit my grandparents for a few days, and basically took the bullet train from Tokyo Station and went all the way toward the south end of it, and yeah, had a lot of fun with that. The food is actually amazing. Like, I'll put it to you this way: 70% of my budget was for food. That's probably the best explanation I can give you for that. So you're gonna have to tell me how to pronounce it correctly, because I don't want to butcher it. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it Piotr? And is that Polish? And yes, curry is the shit. And hard work does pay off. I don't know how many of you guys are in college or high school studying right now, or actually working, but for those that are studying in college or even high school, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's good to have fun, but at the same time, you definitely want to focus in on your studies, because that shit will affect how life plays out later on. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I fucked around a little bit when I was younger, and had some pretty bad grades, and had a lot of rebound I had to do on top of that. But unfortunately, with the hard work, I was able to get to where I am now, which is, I've been working in the finance industry for several years now, and I mean, making pretty decent money. Like, I'm not making a shit ton of money or anything, but decent enough. And I mean, there's definitely good money in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, I mean, it definitely pays off to study a lot. A college is gonna make a hell of a difference. Like, the amount of effort you put in toward your academics in college will definitely be reflected on what kind of job you get. And the other extra thing that is really important is getting to know, or at least getting close to one of the professors there. I mean, like, as a mentor kind of thing, because they can give you referrals and recommendations. They can give you all them life lessons about how to do well in your career and all that shit. So it's definitely worthwhile to get to know at least one or two of your professors on a personal level. You know what I mean? And get some advice and recommendations from them. But I never thought I'd work in finance. Like, I fucking hated numbers and dealing with shit like that. But here I am now. I've been working in the, like, corporate finance is pretty much like exactly what I do, but it's basically, financial planning and analysis on a corporate level. You're looking at, projections, cash projections throughout the year, even 5 years in the future, budget versus actuals, that kind of stuff. But it's a good industry to be in. I mean, it's a lot of work, and I talk about that in my videos from time to time. But yeah, it's definitely important. I mean, I'll tell you that much. I wouldn't be here where I'm at if I didn't work my ass off in college. That's the best advice I can give you. So while I talk about awakening this guy, learning Japanese, so I am going to cover the hiragana alphabet in the next video, and I'm going to try and break it down very, very as easy as I can. I mean, it's not going to be easy, I don't think, but I'll try and break it down for you guys. And like, I would recommend trying to memorize one column at a time and start from the very right and work your way toward the left. That's probably the best way to go about it. Okay, so the only thing I'm missing is this medal. I have enough of the other medals, fortunately, so that was for the physical version, so I'll go ahead and go through that. Last song was, I think, Summertime Fine, and that's also, all the songs you're listening to right now is by Nonsense, so damn it, I don't think that event's available though. I might actually have to wait now. Actually, no, here we go. This is it, right? So I got pretty lucky. I forgot the first battle is the tech version, so yeah, I don't know what's going. This shit happens to me every now and then, like this crazy shit right here. Like I can't even see the details. But I'm pretty sure it's this one, so I need probably need to do it like 2 or 3 times, I guess. Let's see, what would be the best team for this? I mean, I'll just go with the Super Saiyan 3 team for now. All right, so Anthony, I do see that. Let me go ahead and answer Eternal J first. All right, so yeah, he's got a YouTube channel, but most of his stuff is available on either his SoundCloud or his Bandcamp. I usually put in the links to his Bandcamp on every video of mine, so you can refer back to that and you know, go check him out. But he has most of his songs on there, and some of the albums are free to download. Some of them, obviously, you know, you can throw in a couple bucks. I mean, literally, it's like a few bucks to get his album. So just to show support and whatnot. But yeah, he has most of his stuff on either SoundCloud and Bandcamp. So definitely make sure to check it out. All right, so the other question about, what was it? Life in Japan. I gotta scroll up a little bit. Similarities between the anime and Japan real world. Well, I don't know. I don't know what kind of anime you watch, so it'd be hard to explain. But okay, like, all right, now you get. All right, I see the examples now. Awesome train station ride. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the train stations there are pretty sweet. I mean, they've got all kinds of shops, and my guilty pleasure over there is picking up like bento boxes and getting on the train and stuffing my face with that shit. I'm not going to talk about all the other vices and shit that occur out there, but ninjutsu, yeah, I mean, there's actually schools of ninjutsu that still exist in Japan right now. So there are people that actually still train and dedicate their life to the art of ninjutsu. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty real. It's as real as you can get. All right, man. Good night. And yeah, the lettering and name just sounded, you know, Polish. So that was, you know, I didn't want to take a bad guess, but I thought it would have been. So good night to you, man. And don't stay up too late next time on the stream. I'll try and stream a little bit earlier. Oh, that's what you meant. The big titty anime girls. Yeah, they're definitely not big titties like you see in the animes. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the case. I don't even know if more black people watch anime than Asians. I feel like it's equally. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty equal for the most part. But I do know a lot of my black friends do watch anime. Yeah, some of them don't though. But yeah, a good portion do. I don't know. Maybe you know, kind of like me. I mean, hip hop and anime kind of go together. So those two, you know, taste and stuff can kind of go well together. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't know if that really is the case. I mean, in Japan, pretty much, I mean, you'll see more people into anime than people that aren't. I mean, that's probably the safe assumption to make, based on experience anyway. Actually, I think I need to bring Piccolo since he deals a lot of damage, and it's been a while since I brought intelligence type team anyway. It might be a good idea to switch things up a little bit. I just like running this team because it's a lot of fun. What's up, Maddie? Thanks for joining the stream. I'll probably be cutting it off, unfortunately, within the next probably 15 to 20 minutes. I gotta hop on some some work shit that I ended up leaving on my desk, so I'll have to get that solved and taken care of. But I wanted to at least stream a little bit because I don't get that many opportunities to do that, so you know. I'll try and stream more often though, maybe like once a week, that kind of schedule. So what was that? All right, Santi Pineda, is your girlfriend thick? I mean, I'm not the type to like, you know, brag about shit, but yeah, I mean, yeah, my girlfriend's thick. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest and keep it real. Yeah, she thick. What's up? Playing for fun? Yeah, I mean, I want to be honest. I don't remember the exact video and comment, but you know, if I made your day, if I made your shitty day better, man, that's you know, that's all that's all I can be happy about. You know, I mean, literally took me like 0 seconds to do that. So, you know, I do check comments as much as I can, you know, within my busy schedule. So, you know, it's like. I gotta show the same love that you guys show me. You know, I mean it's a two-way street, and you know I'm always appreciative of you know all the love that you guys show me. So you know I respect that and I appreciate that. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and switch this up and bring a super intelligence type team. Let's see if it'll run quicker that way. So what I think Vegeta is 90%, right? For the intelligent types. That's the secondary leader skill. We'll go ahead and run that even though actually, there we go. So let me change things up a little bit. It's been a while since I've used a mono type specific team. It's been a while since I've used my 100% Gogeta, honestly, at that. Alright, and then Piccolo, bring the Kid Gohan. And I'll bring the Vegeta too. Alright, let's go ahead and run through this. Alright, let me, I'm trying to like multitask. It's like I suck at this shit. So Coco Loco, make a vid about medals. Well, I mean specifically what kind of medals are you looking to get? and what the gamer H power. I mean, I get a lot of irrelevant SSRs too. I mean, it just kind of comes and goes. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I get extremely lucky, and sometimes I don't. God damn it! I mean, Piccolo's the one that's going to be doing the most damage, and I don't have enough for an SA. I mean, hopefully you start getting some good luck, man. Because I know how that feels, man, with getting shitty luck. So I've never been to Mexico. I'd love to, though. I've got a lot of friends from there, and yeah, it'd be kind of cool to visit one day. I do have a lot of vacation days left over, so maybe I'll have some opportunities coming up. And thanks for showing some love from France too. I mean, that's probably getting pretty late right now, right? It's got to be like what? I know England is like 5 hours ahead, so France is probably like 6 maybe. So that, yeah, it's pretty late in the night. Japan's school attendance rate is 99%. It depends. And I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory on some of the stuff I did, right? Yeah, it can be. I mean, the people that do go, that will go there, like, with very little, absences. But at the same time, when I was in middle school, I skipped, like, a shit ton of days just because... One, you can't fail a grade in Japan. Like, if you do terribly, I mean, this is a good thing and a bad thing. It's honestly a bad thing. If you do terrible, let's say while you're in the 7th grade, it doesn't matter. They're gonna move you up to 8th grade. You can't fail a grade. So if you don't put in the effort, you're gonna be further and further behind. So it's honestly a bad thing, I guess. But back to the point. Yeah, I mean, it depends on who you are, because I skipped a lot of classes and went to like the arcades during the day and mess around and all that kind of shit. Because I did commute to like a private school one of the years, it took me like an hour with the bus and subway to commute one way. So me and my friends used to skip school quite a bit, and I was only like 12 or 13 at the time. So yeah. I don't know if this is taking longer or not compared to the Super Saiyan 3 team. I'm not even keeping track of my HP. Hopefully I don't die, but I guess I better use an item just in case, because it'd be a waste of time. Well, that's probably a good thing I use an item. I might go back to the Super Saiyan 3 category team after this. I feel like I think it ran a little bit quicker. Well, maybe not, actually. It's probably about the same. And I should have just linked Piccolo up with the Kid Gohan. I wasn't really thinking about the rotations, honestly. I was honestly not even thinking at all. Alright, so that was 14. Cleared it twice. Probably need to do it one more time. I know it's 100%, but I've already got a friend with a 100% Gogeta. And I don't run that team a lot anymore anyway. I don't know, I guess we could just mess around and run a different team. Nah, it'll be. I just want to get it over with, so I'll just stick with this. Yeah, I guess that'll be fine. So here's another thing I'm on the fence about. I've got a lot of the Battlefield gems still, and I've already maxed out the LR Guinea Force, the physical version, right? It's already at 100% rainbow status, and I mean I'm considering unlocking a path for the tech LR Guinea, but I'm also like wanting to get 5 copies of the physical type Majin Vegeta and just get him to rainbow status. I'm also on the fence about that because I really like the artwork on it, and I kind of want to add it to my personal collection, but still thinking about what to do on that. I always hate this when they turn into great apes. Like, I don't need them to. Well, that was probably a bad idea, putting Bardock up front. I wasn't even thinking. So I'm going to go ahead and say, once I finish this and awaken Mighty Mask to LR status, I'll probably go ahead and cut off the stream because that's about the same amount of time that I was planning on streaming for. So yeah, after this event and the awakening, I'll probably go ahead and wrap things up. I might test out with the Sleeping Kais and see how many it takes to get to max SA. I don't know if I have enough for that, so I'm debating if I want to go ahead and do that or just wait for another time. I might hold off on that and just do it later on tonight. But I do at least want to get him to LR status. Alright, switched over to the agility version, so finally. I don't need to recover HP, he'll probably pretty much be done here in a second anyway. Alright, finally done, and got the medals I need. So time to awaken this guy to LR status. Luckily I had enough of the Nimbus medals and the other Gotenks medals to get him to LR status. So a lot less a lot less painful than I initially pictured it being. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Oh yeah, I've got to level him up first. Alright, here we go, finally. LR Goten its trucks. Alright, another LR in the collection. Pretty nice. Then I'll have to work on the SA obviously. But I did get another one. Now I just have to work on the Beerus unit to get him to LR status 2, and then I'll pretty much be done with that. Alright, yeah, I really need to hop back on this work shit, so I'll probably go ahead and end the stream, but yeah, like I said, I'll try and be on a more regular schedule. Maybe I'll do a weekly stream on the weekend, kind of thing, and I'll probably set like I'll probably send, post a notification as to, if I am going to be streaming later that day or something. Maybe that'll help a little bit, but yeah, I'll definitely try and do it more regularly. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on this work shit, get it done, and then try and get some sleep after. So appreciate all you guys watching. I'll leave this thing running for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna have to cut it off and kind of get ready. So all right, thanks for watching.